Hey everybody, Flubier Collector here. This is my response video entry for Geez Mikey's what do you collect and how do you collect? Predominantly, I'm a baseball card collector. That's the dominance of my collection. My total sport card and some non-sport card collection is just north of probably 100,000 cards. My long-term goal for my collection is to replace quantity with quality, and I basically mean stuff that I want to have slabbed and preserved in that space, or at least card savored. I have not done numbers yet to break out how many slabs I have versus card savored cards versus penny sleeve cards, but at some point that's where my collection is going to be. I've got everything organized and logged in a spreadsheet, so I know down to the single card what I have. But it's pretty much sleeve, saver, slab, kind of a three-prong approach. All cards get sleeved. Cards that I want to take to a saver, drop them into a card saver, are going to be rookies, Hall of Famers, or just cards that are special to me. And then obviously, if I want to promote the saver card into a slab, then those just get sent into the saver already ready to go for PSA. It just is a matter of filling out the paperwork and paying the bill. And then send it into the slab and then come back. So that's pretty much how I do it. My area out here is in complete disarray, even more so than normal, because I've emptied the cabinets. I'll do a quick sneak peek. I've pretty much moved around some of my cabinets to organize my kind of comfy area, if you will. My boys are out here playing old Nintendo right now. But my cabinets are emptied and most of my shelves have been cleared off. But so it's even in more disarray. Plus I've got work things out here as I was working on the slab cabinets, which I've all got hung now. So things are kind of transitioning out here. But this is the area out here right now on the ping pong table is all my penny sleeved cards. They're all organized by year, the manufacturer, and then chronologically within them. So that's how I do it. Eventually I'll get some outside adhesive envelopes to stick on that are clear, that I can put labels on the boxes so that I know exactly what's inside of there. So currently I have it written down on a piece of paper, so that when I open up the box I know what's in there. But everything's going to be chronological within the company and the year of the card, and then I keep all my card types separate. So football is not going to be in with a box that contains basketball, and basketball is not going to be in with a box with baseball, and so forth. So back here is my card saver cards. So I'm going through and consolidating them as I was going through, and the preservation and the logging part of my project. Now they weren't all in the same order. Like I might have had some 1960s and with some 1970s for whatever reason, timing of when I acquired them, who knows what the reason was. But so now that I've got all my sleeves separated from my savers, separated from my slabs, now I'm going through and consolidating so that I get all of the same year, make together and in chronological order in the boxes. So if I have to go across multiple boxes because of how many I have, then so be it. But they're all going to be there, and then when I get them up on my wall, it will literally be oldest to newest in order based on the boxes. But I'll keep all my baseball together, all of my basketball together, hockey, and so forth. So this is kind of where I'm at right now. I'm tackling the savers cards first. I kind of got diverted, or I changed focus a little bit as I've been working through trying to get other areas of the clubhouse in order, getting the slab cabinets up, getting some of the display cases now moved around in the room, and getting that set up so that really I can get some tables out here to set up so that I can spread things out a little bit as I'm going through this project, because it's fairly monumental and it is time consuming. So then up here is essentially where they're going to go. Right now, again, I've just got things set up there as I'm going through this project, but those boxes are saver cards. I've got set cards up here. And then I have some unopened packs that I just haven't done anything with. Some I'll open, some I'll probably just leave. And then I've got some boxes down here that are slabbed cards as an example. But fundamentally, I'm treating them all the same regardless of what they're in. They're going to be labeled, they're going to be stored by year, by make, and in chronological order. And that, for the most part, is my collection. In terms of what's there, basically for the most part, call it 1960 Topps baseball up through about 1992 baseball, inclusive of Fleer, Donruss, Topps, of course, Score, and Upper Deck, some Stadium Club as well. And then I got out of the hobby, and then I moved on and got back into it here a couple of years ago with my kids. So I've got some 2017, 2018 cards. So that's what I have for baseball. I've got some 1969 to 1970, 72, 73 basketball. I've got about 81 to 86 football amongst in there, and I've got 71s and 72 hockey cards. I think that pretty much covers. I got some Garbage Pail Kids and cards and maybe some wacky stickers or something thereabouts, but they're just kind of there. Don't really do anything. Doesn't have a whole lot of meaning. And then other things that I collect, the biggest piece is going to be my Smurf collection, which most of you guys won't care about, but it's actually one of the things that I actually find very neat. They're fairly inexpensive collectively. They only make a small number each year, so it's easy to kind of get all the different variations. It's the Schleich PVC figures that I collect. I've got a total of 7 cabinets, 4 of which are set up to store just the individual Smurf piece, and then there's 2 cabinets over here for what they call the Super Smurfs, which is really a Smurf with an accessory in some type of detachable variety. And those come in boxes. There's 75 different ones of those, and there's, let's call it 450 currently different figures outside of promotional ones. Just, I guess, what you would consider a base card, if you will, not all the refractors and all the different color variations. People can get really crazy with the Smurfs. They collect the different manufacturer of origins for the exact same figure. They not only collect color variations of it, they collect different country of origins, where it was manufactured, and then some go as far as, when they're making these, they might put them in, say, like 8 different molds in a row, 1 through 8, and then they have the numbered molds. So they actually go to the point of collecting the mold variations. They want position 1, position 2, position 3. It's crazy. I don't do that. It's like, I just want one of each of the different variation. I'm missing about 7 is all. I don't really collect any of the promotional ones, but in any case, this is kind of what I really enjoy. I think it's kind of neat to look at. A lot of different colors, different things, and just nice talking point. But each cabinet holds 120, so you can fit 20 different Smurf pieces on each shelf, and there's 7 shelves. So actually, what's that? 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. Yeah, well, sorry, 140. 140 in each cabinet. And I've got 3 full. I've got this, now that they're continuing to produce 6 to, I think 12 was the most they've made in any recent year. Some of the movie Smurf years, when they launched a Smurf movie, they made a little bit more. So I have some room for growth there, and at some point when I fill that up, the 75 Super Smurfs will not fill 2 full cabinets, so I'll position those around so that I can use my 5th cabinet to hold some of the Schleich figures. So that's another big part of my collection habit that's non-baseball related. I've got some old Duff beer cans from The Simpsons. These particular cans are from a manufacturer in Australia that was basically court ordered to stop production and destroy what they had made, because they were making it illegally using Duff brand name for it. So these can be fairly valuable when you look at the totality of what I've got. They do make a Duff beer now, I believe, that's legal. I don't know much about it. I just thought they were neat. I'd spent some time in Australia, and so I picked some up. Other parts of collection, what else? Some of the beer cans I collect. So eventually I'll have all kinds of different Cubs ones. Right now I've got a few other things, sports related. I got I think a Bears in there, Blackhawks. I've got some different baseball ones, Coors. But eventually I'll get different Cubs ones and fill this up. It probably isn't going to go any further than that. I just wanted to fill this display case with Cub things. I've got my Cubs World Series bobblehead, the trophy bobbleheads, and I've got some Department 56 City Series stadium facades. They made 4 different ones that I'm aware of: Wrigley Field, Comiskey Park, Ebbets Field, and Yankee Stadium. I have not purchased the Yankee Stadium one. That probably ranges from 80 to 120 bucks. So at some point I'll invest in that one and get that into the collection and then store that in my display cabinet. Yeah, so anyway, this video is getting a little bit long in the tooth. So apologize for the mess in general in the Cub house. I've been doing some work here, getting the area organized for kind of relaxation and fun with different video game systems and entertainment centers and display cases. But in moving them, of course, I had to unload everything, and it literally has been unloaded. And I look at it and I just kind of shake my head. But it will come back together. And it's been a lot of fun. So anyway, Geez Mikey, thank you for your contest and offering it to you. Hope you enjoy a little bit of my collection and got a good insight as to kind of what I do, what I collect, and how I organize it. So God bless. Cheers. Thanks for watching.